Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Before I start my presentation, I want to introduce myself. My name is Kristina Sari. You can call me Christine or call me whatever you want. I'm a student majoring in English education at Muhammadiyah University of South Tapanuli. In this video, I will tell you about language acquisition theory. Do you know what the meaning of language acquisition theory? Okay, before we go to the theory, I want to tell you what the meaning of language acquisition. Language acquisition is the process by which we can develop and learn language. The prerequisite abilities in language acquisition include syntax, phonetics, and learned vocabulary. This generally includes speaking, listening, writing, and communication as a whole. Then, we move to the theory. There are three popular language acquisition theories. The first is nativist theory. The second is socio-cultural theory, and the third is the learning theory. The first is the nativist theory. One of the best known and most scientifically accurate theories, the nativist theory suggests that we are born with genes that enable us to learn language. This language acquisition theory posits that there is a theoretical device known as a language acquisition device, or LAD, that exists somewhere in our brains. This tool is responsible for our language learning in the same way that the hypothalamus, for example, is responsible for regulating our body temperature. This theory also suggests that there is a universal grammar that is shared in every language in the world because universal grammar is a part of our genetic makeup. Basically, most languages around the world all have nouns and verbs and similar ways of organizing tasks. A language has a limited number of rules from which we can construct an unlimited number of phrases. This core concept of finite rules is built into our brains according to universal grammar and nativist theory. This theory of language acquisition nicely explains how humans seem to have much more intricate and complex patterns of communication than any other species in the world. It is also a working theory how children can learn so many complicated ideas so fast. This theory of language acquisition is comparable to the way we think about numbers. Everyone in the world knows what 4 apples look like regardless for whether we say there are 4 apples, cuatro, pair, or dort. The second is sociocultural theory. Sociocultural theory, also known as the interactionist approach, draws on ideas from biology and sociology to interpret our language acquisition. This language acquisition theory states that children are able to learn language because of the desire to communicate with the environment and the world around them. Language thus depends on and arises from social interaction. The theory argues that because our language develops out of a desire to communicate, it depends on who we associate with and with whom we wish to communicate. Basically, the theory says that our environment as we grow up has a huge influence on how quickly and how well we learn to speak. For example, a baby raised by a single father will develop the word dada or baba before developing mama. And then, last but not least, is learning theory. Learning theory is a theory of language acquisition that views language learning as a learning new skill, and that we learn many languages in the same way we learn to count or tie shoes, through repetition and reinforcement. As babies bubble, adults babble, and praise them for talking, and also for being adorable. As children grow up, they are often praised for speaking correctly and corrected when they don't. It is from this correction and praise that the learning theory emerges that language comes from stimulus and stimulus response. However, this theory of language acquisition, while logical, fails to explain how new praise and words are formed because it is all about repeating and imitating what people hear from other people. Okay, I think that's enough from me. If I have a mistake, I'm apologize to you guys. I hope this video can be useful for all of us and can increase our knowledge. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye guys. See you in the next video.